was so weird. I looked out and I saw this dog. Sadie's been out here playing. And I saw the dog and I'm like, oh, look at Sadie's right there. And then I saw the tail and I'm like, wait, there's something hanging off her tail. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. This dog has a tail. That's not Sadie, but look at it. Looks just like Sadie. Oh my God, it looks just like Sadie. I always wondered, Sadie's getting a little territorial. I always wondered what she would do if a dog came in camp. She's doing great. A lot of you ask if Sadie's are ever around other dogs, and yes, I socialize her as much as I can. If you watch my videos on a regular basis, you'll know that we've gone to dog parks, especially in the beginning. First couple of years we went to dog parks, and she's friendly, but we have run into some aggressive dogs, and unfortunately she doesn't back down. So she's gotten into a couple little skirmishes, but this is good. Look at this dog. Hi, Zeus. Boy, this dog is thirsty. See, being so good. What do you think, Zeus? If he hangs around too long, I'll call the number on his collar, but I think there's people camped up the road. I think it's their dog up there. Sadie and I walked up there their first night here, and I saw signs that they have a dog. So, oh, he's getting hydrated, so now he wants to play a little. He's thirsty. All right, I'll give you more. Okay, see your face? Oh my God, he looks just like Sadie. Look at the fur is the same and everything. You want to play? Sadie's like, will you just play with me? Look, I can't believe how much you look like Sadie. Hey, Zeus. Okay, Zeus went home. They called him home. It was the camp up there. I had a feeling. Sadie had fun. She had fun having somebody come visit her. I don't know if I've ever showed you this. So I have an outdoor stereo that I never use because it doesn't work for one thing, but I probably would never use it anyway. And I recently thought this would make a good outdoor shelf. So I have these magnets. So just stick it in the hinge here. Ta-da! And I have a shelf. It needs a little work, but I opened it up thinking that's what I was going to do. I was just going to make an outdoor shelf out of it. I'll do a little bit more work so it's more stable. Well, my travel schedule is a lot less hectic than it was for a while, so it's time to get some things done around the RV. I'm gonna take the day off of work and work on the rig and get some repairs and some cleaning done. One of the things that I have to do every year, my flexible solar panel that I have the plug and play on the outside so that I can move this around and chase the sun. Every year, the MC, I think they're called MC4s, right? They get pulled out and I have to replace them. Usually I'm in Arizona, so I just go to Discount Solar, which is who installed my solar, and I have them do it for me. They charge like 15 bucks, and to me it's worth it. But you know, I was like, okay, this happens like once a year. I should probably learn how to change an MC4 connector myself. So I went on Amazon and bought a whole kit. So I knew that there's a crimping tool that kind of makes things a lot easier for installing them. And so I went ahead and just bought this whole kit on Amazon, and it comes with some MC4s, it comes with the crimping tool, and it comes with all kinds of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and change out my MC4 connectors today on that solar panel. Yeah, hopefully it'll go as planned. It'll be as easy as it looks. It never is. Okay, so I've installed several different MC4s, and for some reason I can't get it to work. I mean, they seem to be connected right, all the wires seem to be connected, but I'm not getting any power going through it. So screw the MC4s. I don't know why I went with MC4s anyway. I never disconnect them, and the MC4s are meant for quick connect, easy quick disconnect, and they're not that easy, man. These things suck. Look at, okay, yeah. So they're meant for easy connect and disconnect. I never disconnect them and connect them, so I'm just splicing the wires together. Screw it. Alright, I spliced the wires together and that worked. So it works, doesn't matter how I got it done, I got it done. Out here. It's not even the worst of it yet. Alright, so solar panel is working just fine now, so I'm going to work on the inside of the RV and get some things cleaned up. So I'm going to start with my roof today. My air conditioner panel there is looking pretty raunchy, so I'm going to get some work done inside today. The wind is just rocking out there. The wind is just crazy, blowing like crazy. I don't like using bleach to clean, but it's really the only thing that works. It really is. You know, I try to buy all natural this and that. The only thing to really get things clean is bleach. And these fuzzy ceilings, whoever thought to put fuzzy ceilings in an RV? I know it might help for sound, but especially over the kitchen area. Everything, all the greasy stuff just sticks to it. It's terrible. And my fan over my stove doesn't really work. It squeaks. It squeals. Oh, I do buy these. You know, when these first came out, these eraser sponges, they were awesome. But now you really only get like one use out of them, so I hardly ever buy them anymore. But, yeah, I don't know, this spring-like weather is making me want to do spring cleaning. My ceiling above my stove just gets so bad from the cooking, and stuff just sticks to it. It just was driving me nuts. I had to do it, so it looks better. Looks much better. I didn't show you the before, but that looks better for sure. So I'm cooking up my tofu. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. I've got spinach. I could just do a scramble. Maybe I'll just do a scramble. Yeah, I have a leftover sweet potato too. I'll figure it out sometime today. Check it out. I remembered I had some pad thai noodles. So you just boil the water and throw them in and turn it off, and they soak for like not a few minutes, and then you drain them because you don't want to overcook them. And some spinach and sesame seeds. Oh, yeah, I think this will be good. Throw in the rest of my kimchi for a little extra flavor, and cabbage. Yep. Look at that. Super easy dinner. So a little bit of sesame oil in it for flavor and a little bit of soy sauce, some fresh grated ginger, some chopped green onions on top. I think it's going to be delicious. I already tasted it a little bit. I'm going to be honest. It's delicious. Oh yeah. Not bad for just throwing together whatever I had in the fridge. Oh my gosh, the wind is crazy. 65-mile-an-hour gusts, and I'm really feeling it. It's hard to sleep. You feel like you're just being slapped around. Huh, Sadie girl? Yeah. She's like, what's going on? She's gotten used to it. Look at, everything's just shaking. Well, I think I'm going to leave today. I've been at this spot, I don't even know, a week? Maybe? And I'm just outside of Carlsbad, New Mexico, Carlsbad Caverns. I haven't made it to the caverns. Not really interested in going to the caverns. And it's been okay. There's a BLM campground down the road. It's like a corral. It's literally what it reminds me of. And it's this fenced off little, maybe an acre, if that, and everybody's crammed in there. So anyways, long story. I'd come to this area, I found another spot down the road. I was there a couple nights, went into town to get water and supplies, and came back, and you have to do a U-turn on the highway to get back there, and I saw this, and I'm like, I'm gonna explore this, and this is where I ended up. So, the other spot was okay, but by the time I left, there were people within sight of me. So when I first got here, I was the only one here, but it does get some traffic, even though according to the map, this is not BLM land. This is one of those squares. If you look at the checkerboard squares on a lot of areas, this is one of those squares that shows white, which means it's private property. It is it is owned by, there's a lot of oil and gas pipes through here. And so down the road, you can see some kind of a station. And when I first got here, I thought it was just closed. So I was like, yeah, it's not running anymore, so nobody's going to care that I'm here, even though it's not technically BLM land, it's private property. And I really only planned on staying here a couple of days, but every day a worker goes down and checks on something down there, and they drive by and they wave at me. So, you know, I always feel a little justified, and you know, no, that's not stealth camping, but if nobody cares that I'm here, you know, that whole victimless crime thing, right? I mean, who am I hurting by being here? Nobody, and they don't seem to mind. So, again, one of those risks that sometimes I'm willing to take. So, and I want to clarify that, you know, if it was posted, I would not be here. Anything is posted. And I learned recently, I think maybe from watching Steve Wallace, you know, he does all the stealth camping. I watch him every once in a while. He had mentioned that in certain areas in Canada, if it's not posted, that it has to be posted. And if it's not, you can technically stay there. And I did a little research after I saw that a couple months ago in certain states, and I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, make sure, I don't want to stay on a person's private property. I don't mind so much on a corporation or the big oil companies or something like that, or a big empty warehouse, something like that. I don't have a problem with. I don't want to infringe on a person's rights, you know, and regardless of what the Supreme Court says about companies and businesses, I don't believe they're people. Anyway, packing up, and I wanted to show you my ongoing saga of my stupid leaky shower out here. So I ended up just collecting the water because I can't get it to stop leaking. It's not a huge leak, and it seems to leak some other times more than others. Maybe the fluctuation in the temperature causes the inside valve to expand and contract, causing it to leak sometimes more than others. I tried putting some Flex Seal in there, and it just popped right out. And then I just started playing around with the hose and the valve. Some positions seem to leak more than others at certain times of the day. I mean, it's been a puzzle, but basically I've just been collecting the water. It's just a drip. The most I might collect is maybe like a liter in a day, so it's not bad, and I use it for Sadie to drink. And I used duct tape to tape down the valve over the bowl so that I make sure I'm collecting it. So at least I have it under control. I did find, so that piece that I got at Camping World didn't work. I think I told you about that. That didn't work. It was too big. And I did do some research online. I found a 1/4 inch, I think it's called a shark bite end cap, and I can get it at Ace Hardware. So that's where I think I'm going to head up toward Roswell today, and I'm going to try that next. Yesterday I stuck some, it was dry for a long time. What I figured out is that the water pump does indeed put pressure on it and push water through. So whenever I turn on the water pump, I have to drain it in order to really keep the leak from leaking badly. So that's what I've been doing. I turn on the water pump, fill up all my things, and turn it off so that it's drained dry, and that really helps the leak, minimize the leak. Am I making any sense? My first cup of coffee. But yesterday it was completely dry for a while because I had been doing that, and I stuffed the opening with some Gorilla Glue, and it's holding, it's solid, but this morning I let the pump go, and it's got a leak in it. It's got a pinhole leak in it. Just can't win. So I'm going to go up and just get that end cap. It's a 1/4 inch end cap. Hopefully that'll do the trick. And so that's the update on that. You know, I fixed my water pump. I think I showed you that with the rocker switch. And this spot has just been, it's been quiet. It seems there's a road out here behind me, and the only traffic I see looks like work trucks. And from what I could see from Google satellite view out there, I thought about going out there and looking for more boondocking. And I might drive out there before I leave today. I think there's just more oil stuff going on back there. So that's pretty much all I've seen. So it's pretty quiet. You can hear the main road, I can't remember what it's called, National Parks Highway, I think it's called. The main road that goes up to Carlsbad. I'm south of White's City, actually. So you can hear the main road certain times a day, depending on the humidity in the air, which has been very low. There have been red flag warnings consistently for fire because the humidity is so low. And boy, after being in the east for 6 months, I'm really feeling it. My sinuses are a mess. Oh, and we've got this white sand. Oh, this stuff is terrible. Look. It's like chalk. Huh. And look at Sadie. So with the windstorms, I had 2 or 3 days of winds. One day was really bad with gusts up to 65. That was the worst day, but man, I couldn't keep it clean inside. That's part of the reason I want to leave today. I need to go do laundry. Everything is full of dust. Sadie gets this white stuff on her, and I just can't get it out. You know, short of wasting, well, I guess I could, a gallon of water could probably do it. I wipe her down with a wet rag. I try to brush it out of her, but there's no way I can get it all out of her. Worry a little bit about valley fever because she does dig too. She's been digging a lot. And this stuff, when it comes up, I worry about valley fever. But they said that the research that I did said once you get it, you should be immune to it. That's what they say. But I'm going to keep an eye out for symptoms for both of us. If she starts looking tired, her appetite changes, if she coughs, for me, shortness of breath, which I had a little bout of a couple weeks ago, but it seems to be okay again, and my energy's good. Coughing, I'm having severe allergic, I think I have a sinus infection. I think I've had it for a couple months. I can't get rid of it. But anyway, yeah, that's another reason I want to go. The wind is gonna get up to 30 this afternoon, and I just don't want to be here for that again. And I need to go do some laundry. And I'm gonna stay at a state park up near Roswell. I have reservations, so it'll be a good place to plug in, you know, not worry about things for a while, dump my tanks, fill up my water. I have some friends coming to see me, which I'm excited about. We're gonna hang out for a few days there, so. Oh, yeah, I have to say, this is one of the ugliest parts of the country I've ever been in. No offense to anybody who lives here, at least this time of year. Everything just looks dead. You know, I mean, even in Arizona, and I'm not a fan of Ehrenberg, but even the Quartzsite area, which Ehrenberg I believe is in California, there's just something about this place that's just not appealing to me. I think the windstorms and the dust storms have something to do with it. It reminds me a little bit of El Paso. I lived in El Paso for a minute when I was a kid. Fort Bliss. Yep. Army brat. Not fond memories. That might have something to do with it. Got in a motorcycle accident there. So my father was in the Army, and we were living on base, and we went to visit one of his friends who had dirt bikes, and we went out in the dunes. My father was a lunatic, in case I haven't told you that, and I don't know how old I was, 7, 8, 9, and it took me out on the dunes, took my brother out first, and he went up and down, drove crazy, scared the crap out of my brother. My father made fun of him for that, took me out, and so I had to be the tough girl. You wonder where I got it from? I had to be the tough girl and not cry and not whine and wee, wee, wee. Anyway, we got in an accident, and he crashed the bike. My knee dent the gas tank on it. He wouldn't take me to the doctors. It swelled and swelled. My mother gave me baths and you know, cold ice and all kinds of stuff, and finally, couple weeks, he decided to take me to the doctor. I had a fractured kneecap, and in the middle of summer, or at least the weather felt like summer, I had to wear a thigh to ankle cast, and that wasn't fun. But you know, I'm writing my memoir, so a lot of this is coming up. He always blamed that on me, and just, you know, he said, yeah, she got nervous and grabbed hold of my arms and crashed. And just recently writing the memoir, I'm like, you know, I never remembered doing that. I don't think it's true. I think he lost control and blamed it on me. But that's another story. So, yeah, there's a fun memory of my childhood. Anyway, yeah, so not far from El Paso. I drove through El Paso. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm just not digging this place so much. I mean, it has its moments. So, leaving you with that, we're going to hit the road. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? So across the road over there is BLM, and there's a nice road that goes out, a couple camp spots, but the dip going in is so bad I probably couldn't make it without getting stuck. All right, saying goodbye to another campsite. Thank you. There you go. Ready to say goodbye? Ready to go find something else? So that across the way, that was the dog, the other dog. What was his name? The dog's owners. That's them over there across the way. And I don't know if you can see the dip. And that is the BLM campground. I don't get it. Why have a campground? Look it. No, thank you. All right, let's mosey. I saw dumpsters. Might as well go dump my garbage. Always such a treat. Oh, I was going to take Sadie to a pet store or a Tractor Supply pet wash, but I found a river. So yeah, so no soap or anything, but at least I can get her wet. Play fetch. Let's go. You want to go? You want to go play fetch? Come on. This is weird. It smells very sulfuric. Like a hot spring. But it's not hot. Oh, it smells very, very sulfuric. Huh. I don't know if I want Sadie in it. So I walked down some trails. It looks like a lot of OHV activity. I had driven down a road on the way here just out of curiosity. So none of the apps show that this is BLM. I don't know what but it's public land. Wow. Very dirty here by the river, of course. So anyway, yeah, I walked down a trail and look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. Wow. All right, you want to do it again? Go get it. Yes. Yes, good. We'll get all that nasty white stuff off. Good girl. Good girl. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Feeling better. She was shivering. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me as I explore New Mexico. Next Sunday, I'm coming at you from Roswell, New Mexico. I have a lot to show you, including a great state park, some boondocking, and a lot of aliens. So be sure to subscribe below. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up, and make sure your notifications are on so you never miss a thing. Even if you think you're subscribed, double check. All right, I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. See you soon.